Hi everyone, this is Mr Neel Raithatha, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. This is of a very interesting case of a patient who attended today, and they have a condition called phonophobia. So phonophobia is a fear of loud sounds. It's different to hyperacusis. I've previously discussed hyperacusis, and hyperacusis is a sensitivity to sound. So a sound that the majority of people would find, for example, quiet or moderately loud. Someone with hyperacusis would find that soft or moderately loud sound very loud. So phonophobia is slightly different. It's just actually a fear of a loud sound. There is another condition called misophonia, and that's a specific dislike and irritation to a particular type of sound. For example, some people really find it difficult to hear other people breathing heavily, or lip smacking, which I've been accused of many times in the past in my videos, and or chewing, and that's called misophonia. So that's a specific dislike to a specific type of sound. Hyperacusis is a sensitivity to sounds, and phonophobia is just a phobia of loud sounds. And for this particular patient, their phobia is as a result of they suffer from tinnitus, very intermittent and short-lasting tinnitus, but they are concerned that the tinnitus will become permanent, and they will lose all their hearing if they're exposed to loud sounds. So they're very careful about their ears, and they try to avoid loud situations and environments. And in terms of the procedure, it can make it a lot more complex, because this patient specifically visited me for us to try and remove their earwax using no suction. Now, they've previously had earwax removed with irrigation, with water, so a water pump. So that's the more sophisticated method than syringing, which is performed, I believe, in the US. Although I know in the US things are evolving, and they're now using irrigation, where you can control the flow of water. But that can in itself be quite noisy, the pump. So what we're trying to do here is just remove this wax by using a Jobson horn and nothing else. And at the time of the patient booking, we advise them not to use any drops. Now, I'll come back to that in a moment. So you can see the eardrum there, that's nice and healthy. The base of the ear canal is a bit bumpy. So, it goes up and down, and the entrance of their ear was very, very narrow. It's a very slit entrance. And this is their left ear that we're going to remove. And it made it very difficult because of how narrow the ear canal entrance was. It's quite bendy as well. So we're having to stretch the ear open whilst using the instrument, the Jobson horn. Unfortunately, there's a bit of an opening on both sides, just at the roof. Now, if the earwax was too wet and too soft, so if they put too much drops in, it can potentially make the earwax quite runny and molten in consistency, and it would be very, very hard to remove using dry mechanical instruments. And under those circumstances, might just have to perform suction. And if the patient's got this fear, they might have to undergo the procedure under general anaesthetic, for example. Now, so they've got a specific rationale, the reasoning behind their fear. They're just worried that the loud sounds will cause permanent tinnitus, and they will also lose their complete hearing. So the patient naturally was very anxious, but as you can see, we managed to remove the wax in both ears using the Jobson horn. They're very grateful indeed. And that's their left ear. I've got a still image coming up of all the wax that we removed. So it was just the perfect consistency for the patient, for us to be able to remove this without any suction. It wasn't too soft, but it wasn't too firm. There was an opening, fortunately, in both ears. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and it was an informative video, and you learned something new and different from it. Please stay tuned. We've got loads of more videos to upload in the coming days and weeks. And finally, take care of yourselves and be nice and be kind to each other. Thank you. Bye.